So, changing gears a little bit, how's the rehab going on your wrist?
Rehab's good. It's slow, but it's good. Things are starting to move a little bit better, and it's going to take some time. So March will be a good. I'm actually going to be with the same therapist for most of March, which will be unlike the past 2 months. So that'll be really good.
And people were really excited to see you play the guitar again the other night.
Yeah, it's actually
exciting for you too.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I can't really play as well as I want to, so it's a little frustrating. But I can play good enough to fake it. So.
With all the rehab that you're going through, you had talked prior to the accident, perhaps would be working on some new music in March. How's the schedule going to be affected because of all of that?
The hope was to get into the studio in March, and that will probably not happen because of it, which is honestly sucky. But my whole thing is that everything happens for a reason. Always has been. Like, that's my outlook on life, really. And so all this stuff happened for a reason. Maybe it's because I need to learn patience. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's because I need to write 5 more songs and something amazing is going to come out of that. I don't know, but something cool is going to happen out of it. I will believe that. We go back out on the road in April, and maybe we can get in the studio in May and June. We'll see.
Looking back on those early shows, right after first few on tour, coming off of surgery. First, I don't know how much of that you remember, but how difficult was that? I mean, how much pain were you in? How difficult were those shows?
It was really, the shows were great. I never felt like I missed playing, and that was through the whole tour. I really enjoyed just kind of having the freedom to perform and just kind of do my own thing, which was a lot of fun. I didn't have to think about the music part of anything. I just sang, and I have been able to do that ever since I've been playing. So that was actually a lot of fun. But I was in some pain. I was in a lot of pain, actually. It hurt worse after shows than any other time. So I'm sorry if I didn't sign things after shows, but I just had to go and take a lot of pills.
I think everyone understood.
After the show, so.
And so what keeps you optimistic and motivated through difficult challenges and disappointments? I mean, either from the accident or just the past year in general?
Honestly, it's just faith that things are, honestly, things are great right now. Things are really good. I feel better about things right now than I ever have. I don't know what it is. I feel like, I have more control over things. In my life, I feel like this is definitely not the coolest thing in the world, but I feel like I'm learning a lot from it, and just trying to have a good attitude about things. I don't know what gives me that thing. I'm not gonna say that I haven't been pissed off about at the person that hit me, just because it's not been fun, to not be able to move your wrists like you should be. But things will get better. It takes time, and I'm excited for things to come. I'm excited for new music. I'm excited for new shows. I'm excited for other things that I'm working on, and it's fun.
And so how do you feel you're able to let go of that kind of stuff and just move forward?
You still deal with it. You deal with it internally. I'm not one to let people in easily, anyways. At least on the outside. And when it comes to the shows, you just forget about everything. You forget about everything that you've been through, and you're just like that, and you just do it. This is not only your job, but you love doing this. You see the crowd, and you get this insane high every time. It doesn't matter if there's 10 people out there, if there's 300 people out there. You get a high off of every crowd, and you just do it. I get excited every time.
You mentioned that you feel like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
I believe that, but I also believe that whenever you go through something, challenging, whatever, there's something to learn from it.
Yeah.
So when you look back on the last year, just all the changes you've been through, and difficult situations and things, what have you learned about yourself or the business or your fans or your team, or what have you learned?
I've learned, first of all, I have amazing fans. Uh, I feel like showing my enthusiasm for music has never stopped. Whether it be us doing the Christmas record, or us like doing shows this fall, or this January, February, and April. I mean, I think it shows people that like I'm not gonna stop just because I'm not on the label. Like this is, I love what I do. I love everything that I do. I love making music and I love playing shows. So I'll always do that in some, always in the same capacity I'm doing it right now. I feel like I've learned that I'm stronger than I thought I was. I'm more stubborn than I thought I was. I feel like I could have not done the tour, and everyone would have totally understood. But that's not in my nature. It's not who I am. It's not who I was grown up to be. You go through stuff, you go through hard times, and you deal with it. Doing the tour was my way of dealing with it. I mean, what was I gonna do? Sit at home and do therapy every day? Screw that. I'm gonna get on the road, do therapy every day, which we did, and play a show that night. I don't know how smart it was, but it was.
No regrets?
No, no. I mean, if it set me back a couple weeks, then it set me back a couple weeks.
You touched on this little, but despite the setbacks, you seem to reach another level of performance and overall happiness. So just talk about how you feel about where you are at this point in your life.
I feel really good. I feel like, you know, my goal as a musician, as an artist, as a songwriter, as a singer, as a player, is to get better all the time. Do I feel like I've done that? Yeah, I do. I feel like I've tried. I feel like I've tried to become a better singer. I feel like I've pushed myself a lot. I feel like I've tried to become a better songwriter. And hopefully that stuff shows. But at least to me, it feels like that's the case. And I'm very excited about things to come. And very excited about where I am too, though. But I'm always on that like journey to get better and to become the best that not only I can be, but like the best. However long that takes.
It seems like every year when Idol starts up, people kind of reflect back on, our introduction to you, and you'll be doing an Idol themed thing here as part of the festivities tomorrow night. When you look back to your, the Kris that you were when we first saw you in Idol compared to who you are now as a person, how do you think you've changed?
Oh God. People show me things. I think we were at Disney World on this tour, and it was awesome. We had a good time. But we walked by the Idol Experience thing, and there was this video of me doing something. I was playing guitar for a second, and I don't even know who that guy is. It doesn't even look like me. I don't play guitar like that anymore. That guitar I'm playing, I don't even have anymore. I feel like it's night and day. I really do. I feel like people, and I hear it a lot, and I'm not saying that, look at me, I'm better than I was, but hopefully that's the case. I mean, trying to be better than that. Uh, People come to shows, I feel like, people come to shows and I feel like they are like, where did that come from? It's a different thing. I think I'm more comfortable in who I am as an artist. And again, I think it's just getting better. I think it's getting better as people are hearing your songs more. I'm putting myself more into my music. I had some people here. This is Danny's groups. There are a lot of Danny fans. I had some people tell me like, I wasn't a fan. I was a Danny fan. It's okay. But I had somebody really sweet tell me that, they were like, I didn't get your first record, but I really liked your second record, and I think that's the case. Like it's just getting better and trying to make it work.
Are you expecting to surprise some of those Danny fans tomorrow when you perform?
Absolutely. I mean, that's a, you know, when we did a lot of opening stuff, when we opened for Keith, I don't feel like people gave a, who cared who I was. But then after, you know, not after the show, but at the beginning of the show, people would be like walking around and kind of like not listening. And then by the end of the show, people would be listening. And that is the hope, is that you win people over. So yeah, I'm gonna try to win Danny's fans over to this cruise. And you know, the next tour that we do, we're trying to win people over. I'm always trying to win people over. It's not, you know, it's not a for sure thing. You know, especially after, you know, people think like after Idol, it's a for sure thing. Like you have your fan base and you're gonna be huge. Not the case. You have to continuously win people over, and it's a fun challenge.
I don't know if you realize it, but pretty much every show you do, actually for this cruise, even though we're internetless, there's a great fan out there who puts together Twitter lists to follow kind of the reactions to your show.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of a universal thing that people love watching the beginning of show, who's this tweet, you know, that then evolves by the end of the show to, you know, somebody who's totally been converted.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm trying to do. Honestly, I mean that's what new artists have to do. That's what I have to do. Idol was a huge opportunity for me, but it's not the end all be all. Obviously, you know, I think it's, you know, I'm taking the same road as a lot of musicians are right now, and that's just getting out there, playing my music for people, and trying to win them over.